What's up guys, it's Will here, back again. Today, we're here to review the LimToys Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Now, LimToys is known for their lengthy delays, but they're also known for their exceptional figure quality, unlike almost any other third-party company. Well, today we're going to determine if the long wait was worth it. But before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell down below so you're notified when content goes live here. Big thank you to 16kit. I picked up this figure from them, so if you're looking for third-party figures, please navigate to the link in the description below, and make sure to use my code WillFox for $10 off your order. That said, let's get into it. Okay guys, so one of the pieces of feedback that I've received on my channel in recent review videos is that I need to show a little bit more of the packaging and overall unboxing experience. Well, today I intend to do just that, and we have the perfect box to do it with in the LimToys Nathan Drake because LimToys spared no expense and went all out with the packaging here. You can see they have a coin on the front of the package here. You can actually rotate the coin. I need to get the slipcover off to show you, but I have the slipcover on to show you one thing. Let me flip the box over real quick and show you. On the very back of the package, let me up the exposure just a little bit so you can see a bit better. There are different symbols. And if you slide up and down, the symbols change. You can see a skull there, you can see swords, you can see the LimToys logo. There are a bunch of different things that show when you slide the slipcover off and on. Super cool. I love this little Easter egg detail. It's a really nice touch. My box is a little messed up, as you'll see, but I thought that was worth showing you guys to start. And now I've gone ahead and removed that slipcover, and as I mentioned, the gold coin on the front, it does actually spin and rotate. So if you are interested in doing so, you sure can. You can move it around and adjust it to your liking. After that, you have a magnetic slipcover, I guess, underneath, that can actually be used as a backdrop. There is a ton of detail on this, as you can see. There is a hole in the middle there, but you could put Drake standing in front of it and conceal the cover, and you could use this again and prop it up as a backdrop. It's the cover of the box, but it is multi-purpose, which I like. And the amount of detail on this is pretty remarkable. You can see the LimToys logo right there in the middle, and the rest of it is just awesome. It really gets you in that Uncharted vibe, which I really like a lot. And now we're into the first layer of packaging. On the very top, you'll see an instruction sheet with a flag on the back here, and of course the instruction sheet packed beneath it. And then of course, beneath that, you have an Uncharted top here that is pretty cool. It has foam underneath to keep it safe and secure, but you have an Uncharted 4 A Thief's End logo, Nathan Drake on the bottom there, pretty cool. And again, that foam padding to keep things secure. And beyond that, here's our internal packaging. The first layer, you can see Nathan Drake's body is safe and secure with a piece of foam right up there near the head. And of course, the one head sculpt is secured in the very top right there. What's super cool is that each accessory is labeled. So no research needed, whether you're doing a review or just unboxing yourself. You're going to know exactly what every accessory is because it's labeled very clearly on the box. There's also a very cool write-up on the box that talks about the character of Nathan Drake and LimToys' representation of this character in 1/6 scale in this figure. Super cool. This is a very cool boxing experience, one of the best that I've had in recent times, and LimToys is really doing the Lord's work for third parties. So this is pretty cool. So looking at the internal packaging, the foam is very soft surrounding the figure, so not much can go wrong. You have Nathan Drake secured here with the first head sculpt, and of course the second head sculpt, which I will show you. And then of course you have all the other accessories stored safely and securely. And man, this is super cool. So this is the top layer of the packaging, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you the bottom layer now. All right guys, so here's the bottom layer of the packaging. You have the display base up front here, you have seamless forearms, assault rifles, other weapons, ropes, pieces for the display base, a lot of cool stuff here that we're gonna go through one by one. But for now, I just wanted to show you what the internal packaging looks like. All right guys, so I've taken the figure out of the packaging and put it on the turntable here just to give you an idea of what it looks like. And wow, I'm sure your eyes are seeing what I'm seeing. This figure is remarkable. The likeness, the proportions, the accessories, the tailoring, everything about this figure is so well done. I am over the moon to have a Nathan Drake in my collection, particularly at this high of a quality level. You don't always get this from unlicensed third-party figures, but LimToys is certainly breaking that mold, and I am here for it. So what I want to do now is take a look at the head sculpt that also comes with this figure. It's sort of the side-eye head sculpt, I guess you could call it, with some teeth showing. This one I'm not as crazy about, but I still do like it. I don't think it looks as much Nathan Drake as the original head sculpt does, but still it's very strong. All the same tailoring, all the same proportions. Obviously, all of that is still there. This is just such a good figure. You guys are going to see over the course of this video how cool this is, so stay tuned. But next up, I do want to put the figure in my hand and showcase what it looks like up close and personal. Let's do that now. All right, guys. So now we're taking our first look at LimToys Nathan Drake in hand, and oh my God, this is one of the best third-party figures I've ever seen. No, this is one of the best video game figures I've ever seen. No, this is one of the best figures that I've ever seen. This thing is awesome. It looks just like Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is actually my favorite of the series. I do love Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. Uncharted 1 was good for its time. I even liked Lost Legacy, surprisingly, which Nathan Drake is not included in, but Uncharted 4 is my favorite of the series. And man, this looks just like him. LimToys has delivered so much justice and likeness and realism. I'm just honestly at a loss for words. I'm not sure of the right adjective to describe this figure, but as a video game fan, a PlayStation fan, and a fan of this character and these franchises, particularly Naughty Dog ones, you guys know my love for the Last of Us franchise, man, LimToys has done major justice. The rumor out there is that they're doing Joel and Ellie, and I sure hope so. Because while LimToys delays their figures, they always come out awesome. The head sculpt is awesome. You can see battle damage on the upper right-hand side, and of course battle damage on the nose as well. There are some little spots on the cheek here and there to show a little bit of weathering and damage, but man, this looks great. No movable eyes, so the position that you're seeing on screen is the position that the eyes are going to be in. There is a second sculpt included that I will show you as well, but man, this looks good. The hair is sculpted. It looks really cool. Again, this is a video game render, built into figure form, recreated in figure form, and I think they do that really nicely. The overall tailoring is awesome. The weathering on the pants, you can see there is a light brown wash over top the whole pants there, and I think it looks awesome. Nathan Drake is an explorer. He's a treasure hunter, and you're seeing that. He's dirty. And the shirt is grimy as well. There is a lot of detail in there as well. The paint applications, no expense is spared, and seamless forearms. Oh my God, I'm not sure why Hot Toys is so resistant to the concept, but seamless forearms are the future. They're not even that futuristic. Other companies have been doing them as well. And if third-party companies can do them, sure, so can Hot Toys and other companies. And I'm glad InArt and other companies are actually already doing them. On this side with the watch, you don't need a seamless forearm because you have the watch covering that wrist peg. But on this right side, you do have multiple interchangeable seamless forearms, as well as jointed ones, which I'll show you as well. But man, the harness to hold the guns looks awesome. It fits really nicely and snugly. You just kind of gently push it under the armpit for maximum efficiency in terms of tailoring. But man, look at that likeness. Let's take a look at the other sculpt. So now we have the Nathan Drake giving us a little bit of side eye, that head sculpt. I'm not as crazy about this one. I still see a strong resemblance, a good likeness to Nathan Drake, but I just think the teeth and the overall eye position is not quite dead on, as the other sculpt, a little bit more straight on, a little bit more stoic looking, is dead on Nathan Drake to me, while I think this one is pretty good. This one is maybe an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10, whereas the other one to me is like a 10 out of 10. I don't think I'll be using this one much, but you do have that option to display a second head sculpt should you wish. All the same paint applications are there in the hair sculpt. It's just the eyes are put off to the side. Again, you cannot adjust them, unfortunately. I would love to see that from future LimToys figures, but wow. This is still really good. Taking a look at our first accessory, this is St. Dismas Cross. This is actually pretty cool because it's actually rubbery plastic. So you can bend it around, move it around, it's flexible. You're not going to break it, although you still should be very careful with it. You can place this on the display base. There is a peg just for that purpose. Or maybe if you wanted to put it in Drake's hand, you possibly could, but still I love the detail. It has a gold accent paint application with little accents on each of the blue sides. Wow, these accessories are awesome. LimToys with their Arthur Morgan figure had a ton of accessories, and while Drake is not quite that packed to the gills, I'm super excited to see what else he comes with. And here we have the Cypher disc. You can see some yellow paint applications as the foundation, and then some darker washes over top in the crevices to add a little bit of weathering and texture to the overall piece. And this looks super cool. There's so much detail in each of these accessories. This is a plastic piece, but I do think this is going to look really cool if we put it on the display base, which I fully intend to. And next up, we have the silver skull. You can see the black paint applications filling the eyes, the teeth there, as you can see as well, and mostly a black, almost glossy looking paint application from my point of view. It is a plastic piece, so nothing super crazy there. But again, another world builder accessory that I think is going to look really cool on the display base. I like this. It's a hollow piece, but looks pretty cool. I'm not sure the correct pronunciation for this accessory. Again, it's been a while since I played the game. On the packaging, it's listed as, I believe, the Fuerba. It's pretty damn cool regardless of how you pronounce it. If you know, let me know in the comments section below. But wow, the gold paint applications on the pommel there and the blade itself, this is super cool. This is not die cast, it is a plastic piece. Although it is quite sharp, it is not cold to the touch, but man, this looks super cool. I think this could be one that you have Drake holding or maybe put on the display base if you'd like. Either way, this is a really cool accessory. And again, the amount of detail here, no expense was spared. And here we have Nathan Drake's journal. I'm not sure if this is real leather or pleather. Either way, it looks super cool. And on the inside, you have a ton of pictures and writing and things that are relevant to Drake's treasure hunt in Uncharted 4 with his brother Sam and of course Sully. This is awesome. I love the pictures on the inside. The amount of detail present is just awesome. Wow, look at that, guys. That's so cool. Again, I love when these books have this amount of detail to them. It just adds so much realism and intrigue to the overall piece. Again, wow, I'm at a loss for words. This is super cool. And next up is Henry Avery's saber. This is a sword that Drake uses at the end of the film to fight Wraith. And wow, this is super cool. And you know what's even cooler? This is actually die cast. It's a die cast sword. It's cold to the touch. It is real metal. And this thing is super cool. This is going to be the accessory that I think I'm probably going to have Drake holding in my display, but who knows? Only time will tell. Maybe I'll switch it up, offer some variation, but in this video, I think I got to have Drake holding the sword at least one time. But wow, you can see the crystals in the overall handle there on the bottom, and of course the die-cast sword. I love when swords are die-cast, when it makes sense to do so. And in this case, I think it makes sense. I love the weightiness of it. I think it looks realistic. Paint applications are good. Really loving this. Okay, so we're on to the display base. The display base is super cool. There are pieces that come pre-assembled attached to the base already. On the front, you can see Nathan Drake on the nameplate. Super cool there. And a bunch of gold sculpted coins. A grate. You can see a skull with crossbones on there as well. I went ahead and installed the crotch grabber. There is a flight pole as well that I will show you in this video, but for now, I installed the crotch grabber just to make it easy. That's probably what I'm going to be using in my display. But man, I love this display base. And once we start adding all the pieces, I think this diorama display base is really going to come together. But even at its base state, pretty cool. I like this a lot. And real quick, here is that flight pole. It's quite long, so you can put Nathan Drake into a jumping pose if you'd like. He does swing around quite a bit in Uncharted 4 and all the other Uncharteds. So we do have a flight pole as well. I love that. I wish Hot Toys would do this more, include both. So here we have what I believe to be a costume accessory. I'm not quite sure what this piece is because this piece is not labeled, but I will say I believe it attaches to Drake's belt, and we're going to figure that out over the course of this video. But I love the paint applications. A lot of different colors there, orange, green, some blue, some yellow, lots of cool paint applications. It's a plastic piece, but this is going to be a really cool, again, immersive piece. And here we have the Uncharted 4 A Thief's End nameplate. This attaches to the base as well, which we're going to do throughout the course of this video. I love this. Again, you already have the Nathan Drake on the nameplate and you attach this as well. It really brings the whole thing together. So super excited to get that in one piece. So here we have another piece that attaches to the base. I believe the flag is going to connect to this piece, but I'm not quite sure just yet. What I will say, I don't know whether it is or not, but it certainly feels like real wood to me. It doesn't feel like it has a plastic texture to it, and it has some weightiness to it like real wood. So if it is real wood, wow, kudos to LimToys. And if it's not, damn, whatever materials you're using, it sure feels legit. And here we have Drake's assault rifle. This does not feel like a die-cast piece to me. It feels like more plasticky, but it does feel high quality nonetheless. What's super cool is that the clip in here you can actually remove. You just pull it out and boom. And you can also, if you want, just pop it right back in there and good to go. You're right back in. What's super cool is the stock actually folds up. You can fold it up into itself. I'm not sure why you would want to do that. You can also pull it out if you'd like, if you want Drake with a little bit more of a, I guess, up against the shoulder type of pose. But either way, some really cool stuff going on with this assault rifle. And here we have Drake's handgun. So this is Drake's iconic weapon, really. In most promo images or any concept art, you typically see Drake with this gun on him. So I really like that. This is probably going to be a reason that I have it in my display with him holding it. It's kind of like Joel and his revolver. It's the iconic weapon, the weapon of choice for him that you see with him most often. In the game, you use a variety of different weapons, but this handgun is pretty cool. It does feel like a plastic piece, but on certain parts of it, it does feel cold to the touch. So I'm starting to believe that actually there are parts of this that are die-cast and parts of it that are plastic. Still, paint applications are good, looks super realistic, has some light weathering to it. I really like this handgun. I think this is going to be a really important accessory for most collectors' displays. And here we have Drake's flashlight. This actually does have a magnetic feature that magnetizes to the belt on the actual figure body, which is super cool. It has a little clip on there, but you won't actually need it. It doesn't light up in any way, but it still feels substantial and has good paint applications. It's a costume accessory, but it does the trick. And here we have Drake's rope, which I think for most collectors will most likely be attached to Drake's belt as a costume accessory. But what's super cool is the hooks on the outside, they actually swing out. And to me, they feel like they're die cast. I'm not entirely sure, but they definitely feel like that. And they do have a weightiness to them. So either way, they certainly look the part. The paint applications are there. So really loving this rope here. And we got one more seamless forearm to show you. For the right hand here, you have a trigger holding hand, which I think is super important. If they didn't include this, I think a lot of collectors would have been super upset. But again, another seamless forearm with a ton of detail and vein work and great paint applications to make the skin look very lifelike. Wow, this is just super cool, man. The paint applications are crazy on this forearm. It's pretty remarkable. All the way up to the hand, you can see the veins running through. So I love these seamless forearms. They make so much sense for the character of Drake. And thank God a company is finally doing them and doing justice to realism and hiding those visible joints, which you know I hate. If you so wish, you do have one interchangeable right arm that does have a visible wrist joint. You could always get a bandage of some kind and I guess wrap it around that point if you wanted. But if you want to put one of the other hands on, you can. Of course, you have articulation at the wrist, which you don't have for the seamless forearms. So if you are looking for that for some extra posing versatility, you surely have it here. Here are your interchangeable hands for Drake should you choose to swap any of the hands and not use the seamless forearms. You have some right hands if you so wish to change those, and of course some left hands which don't have seamless forearms. So if you want to give a little bit different of a pose for those hands on that left side, you totally can. You got the ring on the left side there, which is pretty cool. A lot of detail and paint applications are quality on that one. But wow, the texture on these hands is actually really good. Third party is stepping it up, so congrats LimToys. LimToys have hit another home run here, a grand slam, I dare say. I have their 6th scale Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2 and their 12th scale Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us Part 1, and all three are excellent figures. And better yet, Nathan Drake is even better than those aforementioned prior releases, and I don't think it's particularly close. What LimToys have achieved here should not go unnoticed or unappreciated. As an unlicensed third-party company, they have created a figure that can not only serve as a definitive representation of an iconic character, but a figure so high quality that it rivals some of the top releases from the big dogs such as Hot Toys and InArt. With less resources at their disposal, LimToys have created a figure that is remarkably good, and they deserve all the praise for it. So why is this figure so good? Well, first thing, the likeness. The likeness to Nathan Drake, particularly on the standard head sculpt, is so close to how he looked in the game. The skin texture looks realistic to the game, and the likeness looks even better in person than it does on camera. No movable eyes, which I'd like to see from LimToys in the future, but I'm still happy with how amazing this sculpt looks. The second sculpt is okay, but I'm not crazy about it. Something about the teeth and the eye positioning isn't quite working for me. It's not bad, but I don't think I'll be using this sculpt personally. The tailoring and body are also fantastic. The clothes fit exceptionally well to the body. Drake's outfit is pretty snug overall, but you can articulate the figure just fine, and you won't have to worry about long-term damage. The material feels very soft and high quality, and the figure body doesn't feel creaky or janky like many third-party bodies do. This feels high quality and substantial. The display base is one of the best diorama bases that has ever been done in 1/6 scale. Not only does it look cool as hell, but it has dedicated spots for each of Drake's major accessories. You simply plug them into the base and boom, you have an amazing diorama display that incorporates all of Drake's major accessories. Instead of keeping them in the box, you can display them. It's beautiful. The figure experience itself is also amazing. Not only is the packaging awesome, but the overall assembly process is remarkably intuitive. There's a magnet on the back to hold the assault rifle, no clips, nothing, just a plug and play magnet. The forearms are also easy to swap, and I love that. I am a sucker for no visible joints, and the fact that I can swap forearms so easily without feeling stressed at all means more to me than you can possibly know. To sum up my thoughts, LimToys' Nathan Drake is a figure that breaks down the barriers of what is possible for a third-party unlicensed figure. LimToys and GameToys are making figures that are licensed quality, at times even exceeding what the top licensed companies produce. LimToys brings an iconic character to life that I love with this Drake, and for that, I want to say thank you. Thank you to LimToys for making the collector and gamer in me feel fulfilled. For all the reasons I laid out in this video, LimToys' Nathan Drake gets a 9.5 out of 10 from me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you're notified anytime something cool goes live here. I'll see you in the next video.